looks like they are playing Control, and they're playing a Warrior. I'm not sure what archetype this is exactly, since these 3 cards are definitely standard in the class in general. But there's a Tempo Mage from Virginia right now with a Water Elemental, which is a definitely a good card against a Warrior class.
Yeah, a lot of times you make a decision when you play a Tempo Mage whether or not you play Water Elemental in that 4 slot or Piloted Shredder. And Water Elemental is the go-to if you know that you're going to be expecting weapon classes, especially Warriors. But normally Piloted Shredder is the way to go. So interesting choice, and probably a targeted choice at both Warrior and Paladin from the side of Laval.
Right. I mean, I feel like the 2 classes being there, it kind of just makes sense that you would want to play Weapon Hate on some level. And if you're not going to play Oozes and Harrison Jones, then Water Elemental is kind of a natural counter to the weapon use.
Yeah.
But Inner Rage says it's Patron. So they highlight that. I feel like that's a really rough matchup. What?
The armor sound just gets me every time.
With Magni?
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry, friend. He's got the best emotes all the way. Wow, okay. And the Frothing Berserker, I will do, it will take, it will eat up the Frostbolt at the very least.
Yeah.
But it won't do much past that point.
Yeah, and Patron's actually a deck that has sort of become very tempo-oriented recently. Cards like you see there, Dread Corsair, are going to be really valuable in this type of situation. Say Frothing Berserker is played and a Frostbolt comes out. Next turn you play Despite, swing it at the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and play Dread Corsair. All of a sudden, the Tempo Mage, has to spend multiple resources to deal with the Dread Corsair alone.
Yeah, and I feel like right now, Virginia might consider going for the Arcane Intellect Frostbolt and trade the Mad Scientist to keep the tempo up. Because if they don't trade it away, then they don't get the extra minion. Yeah. So we'll see what they opt for, but I mean, they could go for the ping Frostbolt. But the card draw from Arcane Intellect is never going to get easier to play.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I feel like that probably is one of the better plays they've got.
Yeah. You'd think they'd change by now.
What do you mean?
Into normal clothes.
No, why would you? Does Batman change costume?
Those suits are literally full body, including their hands.
Yeah.
It's like they're wearing awkward gloves. Look, see? Look at he's rubbing his chin with a blue
glove.
Yeah,
but it's so smooth, TJ.
Yeah, no, it's like velvet. It's silk. Pure silk.
They're going for the Arcane. They're going to try to trade the Mad Scientist away without using Frostbolt. And if they actually succeed, which they do at this point, if they can use the Frostbolt to prevent weapon use.
I don't even know if they want to do that yet.
But they could if they wanted.
They could.
Right. That's all that matters. They can. Alright, so do you kill the Sorcerer before the Dread Corsair, or do you play the Dread Corsair first? I guess you would kill a Sorcerer Apprentice beforehand, so you don't have to deal with cheaper spells down the line. The 3/3 is not that big of a deal.
Yeah. They can draw a lot of cards.
Yeah, next turn is going to be a card draw fiesta.
Yeah, you play Dread Corsair and Acolyte of Pain. You swing, draws you a card. You Battle Rage draws you 3 cards.
But if they play the Corsair now, then they're not going to be able to get the Battle Rage value from it.
Well, they could. It depends on what Laval decides to play.
But they're going to get the Corsair from the Mirror Entity, right?
To play. Yeah.
So they would probably be able to trade into the Corsair on some level.
There is a secret up. That is correct.
Yes.
Maybe.
No.
No.
I gotta move. I like this decision here to keep up, keep the Dread Corsair for that card draw you mentioned. It's not something, you feel like you just play the Corsair more often than not. But giving your opponent 3/3 when you can't even capitalize on it is a big drawback. When you've seen Arcane Intellect, you have to equalize the card advantage on some, at some point. Yeah. And this is going to be next turn.
Yeah.
What to do?
And we did get confirmation that it is Mirror Entity.
Good.
Good. Wow.
Well, it depends who you are. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Spellbender.
That'd be good. I like that card. You can Inner Rage it. It's a 3/2.
Yep. That's correct.
I can do math.
Yes, you can.
Math. Not even once.
Pain, speak to me.
Well, they are giving their opponents an Acolyte of Pain instead of a Corsair. So they will be feeding them cards.
But only one.
I did not expect that.
Virginia looks confused as well. They're like, what?
They want to give me cards?
Yeah.
I mean, the Battle Rage will give Laval University quite a lot of cards. They're going to be getting themselves one from the Acolyte and then a Battle Rage on top of it. And from there, it's just a matter of getting a Patron to use that Inner Rage, maybe getting a Whirlwind as well.
Yeah.
Wow, another Corsair. Are they considering the Inner Rage on the Acolyte?
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be considering it, but I'm not sure it's the right play. What a weird hand that is. Alright, so they will be trying to get themselves a maximum card draw from the Acolyte of Pain. They'll be going up to 3.
That's pretty good. I mean,
I like it.
that turn is not the strongest as far as tempo goes, but they still put stuff on the board. And what did they draw? 5 cards that turn?
Yeah, they did.
Pretty absurd. That puts them in a good position moving forward.
And with the other Acolyte as well, they can play that next turn because their turn 6 right now looks a little bit slow. So they're going to have to play something kind of boring like Armorsmith, maybe the Acolyte of Pain number 2. But turn 7, Dr. Boom, turn 8, Grom, Hellscream if they want it.
Yeah, super boring.
Yeah. Turn 7 and 8 are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Turn 6 is bad.
Yeah, they're going to hedge their bets here. Hopefully one of these wakes hits the Acolyte of Pain. And it does.
I thought it did not.
It's starting to push the damage.
Lotheb. Not doing much. The weapon would enable the Corsair, but it's not there. Do you Acolyte, Armorsmith, execute? Or is that just terrible? You could go for the Acolyte, Armorsmith, Whirlwind, but you do need that Whirlwind later on for the patrons.
You can just play Lotheb just to ensure that, you know, Flamewaker doesn't get immediate value again, but...
That's true, but if the Flamewaker gets
to
value with the Acolyte of Pain on the board, then you're kind of getting...
True.
Some value yourself.
True. I've never seen someone drink a Red Bull with a straw.
No? I just shower in it. I think a Red Bull shower.
There you go.
I've developed the ability to get it continuously at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, so they will be using the Whirlwind right here. They're not killing anything, but they're hoping to get as many cards as they can and find answers through it. But with 2 executes on the board in their hand already, they can definitely kill anything. But they're taking a lot of damage in the process.
Yeah. That's a big thing, I think.
Yeah, that's a really big... Because right now the Shredder can kill the Armorsmith, the Flamewaker can kill the Acolyte, and then the Mage can develop even more minions on the board.
Yeah.
And nothing is being... there's no brawl in the deck.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's no brawl. Usually it's pretty counterintuitive, especially for a more tempo-oriented deck like Patron Warrior has become. But, I mean, Patron has teched in Brawl in the past when it was a combo deck.
It's been seen, that's right.
But this is going to be a really scary board that Laval is staring down in.
I'm not even sure Dr. Boom alone does it.
Wow, all their cards are golden except for 1 Shredder.
Yeah.
Out of all the cards to not have golden.
Well, I'll tell you why. All these cards can be played in Control Warrior.
Except for Piloted Shredder.
Which means, you're a pay-to-winner, and then suddenly you're stuck playing a deck that doesn't require the card you've already crafted.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How does Laval deal with this, though? They can play Dr. Boom.
Cruel Taskmaster on the 3/6, execute it. You've got 4 mana left. You play the Shredder, and that's your turn. That looks like the best tempo play, but
there
I'm
are
not
so
sure,
many choices.
Yeah, I just don't know if Dr. Boom is going to really help you out. If it gets frozen and they keep going face.
Yeah. And Virginia just looks like they're ready to play their Dr. Boom coming up in the next turn. And if all these resources are spent on this board, which is pretty threatening, what are they going to have for a board that's even more threatening? Which means one with a Dr. Boom.
Yeah, BGH is in the deck. Well, not necessarily, but there's a lot of Patron Warriors that opt to play Big Game Hunter because Execute, it's a crutch, but it doesn't always work.
Also, a lot of times you use Execute early on in the game to, protect some of your early game creatures or secure a good board position. And then so the later turns come and you don't have an answer to Dr. Boom, or you don't have an answer to Mysterious Challenger being buffed up by Avenge, things like that.
Yeah. I wonder if, it's kind of funny because Patron Warrior, the new version, I feel could use Crush, the 7-cost card that kills a minion,
Oh,
And,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it sounds to me like it would be a perfect fit for the deck. Uh-oh. Wrathguard.
Yikes.
Well, that's a decent outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Although you played slowly, I feel like you would trade the 2-3 away because you are dealing damage to the opponent.
Time runs out on me.
Yeah.
And play Shredder.
They don't really have any spells in their hand, though.
Yeah.
So it's only theoretical value by keeping the Flame Waker alive.
Over the 2-3.
Yeah, and you know you're playing Dr. Boom next turn pretty much regardless.
I think, yeah, you're right. I think you're right.
But, you know, I guess the 1 health doesn't seem to matter to them. And pushing that damage, Laval down to 15 health. Inner Rage not going to really do much good for them now.
They can execute the Flame Waker and play Dr. Boom. They will get the first Dr. Boom on the board, which is going to give them the opportunity to start making the trades they want. So I could see that makes sense, but
Yeah.
They're playing around Fireball quite heavily here, if they're going for the Armorsmith play.
Yeah, I mean, you have to start playing around things to a certain extent. And Fireball, since it is 2-0 mere entity, forgot about that.
How did we not see that?
Yeah.
The Mad Scientist died.
Just so happens that Gina's head is cut off just enough.
That we don't see the question mark.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Well, Lothep's going to come down, but Lothep doesn't block Dr. Boom. I mean, if they use this execute, they're definitely going to regret it.
Yeah, I feel like right now, you know, the Flame Waker giving you extra armor if spells get hit is almost bearable. Yeah, if they don't find Big Game Hunter next turn, that Dr. Boom is going to give them headaches.
That's if they even run Big Game Hunter.
But Shredder, Hail Mary, always works. It works, you know, 1% of the time, every time.
Yeah. It's actually a little bit more than 1%.
Yeah, well, I don't know, with the new expansion, does it go...
Goes slightly above 80,
80?
I think.
Okay.
So still a little bit greater than 1%. For Doomsayer, that is.
Would Explosive Sheep cut it? With Inner Rage, you could theoretically get a semi-decent Explosive Sheep, but it's still not remotely enough to get you out of it.
Yeah, Patron, but no Whirlwind effect.
They can go for Dread Corsair Patron Inner Rage if they want. That's not going to do much. They still really need to get... they need to see what's in that Shredder. That's... they can kill Dr. Boom with Grom if they want to. Worst case scenario, you do that. Use Inner Rage with the Ramesh Houseman.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's no powerhouse, but...
That's Hearthstone!
They're quite amused. It's a beast. What a beastly card.
Yeah. Dad, I'm scared. Looks quite frightened at the moment.
So many choices.
All right, so how much damage is there on the board after you kill Dr. Boom, right? Because you go for Inner Rage on the Grom, sure, your win condition's out the window. I think immediately, like, you feel like your win condition's out the window. But right now, Grom is not a win condition. It's like, he's not helping you win at all.
Yeah.
He's kind of just a comeback mechanism. So there's 4,
7
5,
damage
6,
on the
7, yeah, 8 damage with a ping.
I think that's almost
be game.
guaranteed as
Yeah.
with the boom bots.
With the Frostbolt, I think with 4 damage, I think it's guaranteed lethal.
Oh.
No matter how you spin the boom bots.
Oh, I thought they needed... Okay, yeah.
It does not matter. They can simply go full face.
In the end, it might not even matter.
It did not, indeed. All right, so the Mage will take it over the Control Warrior, not being as solid for Laval University as it was for Virginia.
Handshakes all around, boys.